Welcome back to Two Witches Talking with Megan and Morgan. I'm Megan and I'm here with Morgan. Hey, Morgan.
Hello.
Hello. It is, I think it's a fantastic time of year. I love that time of year between like Samhain and Halloween and like getting into Thanksgiving and all that. And so I'm excited that we're doing this subject today. We'll get into that in a minute, but how are things for you?
Good. I just want to point out for those that are not watching us, Megan has a nice light sweater on today, and I am still in a tank top.
Well, there's a tank top under.
Okay. So yeah, we're talking about that time in between Samhain and Yule and getting close to Thanksgiving, and I'm over here still in flip-flops and tank tops because it's like 85 to 90.
Well, it's like 74 right now is what my computer is telling me. But it was like in the 50s this morning. So I got in for my morning walk and I'm like, it's a light sweater. It's very thin, which I got this at Old Navy this year. I highly recommend these little cardigans. Like they would probably even work in Arizona, like in the evenings and stuff. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. I did have to put on a jacket when I took my morning walk this morning. So It was like 51, I think.
We were in like the 30s last week. It was insane. I'm like, no,
Ew.
That's a little early. It's too early for that mess. So,
yeah. I had a meeting earlier today with my SEO person. She's up in northern New York. And she's like, it's been snowing for 3 days. And she's in like a turtleneck. And I'm over here. She goes, you look very comfy. And I'm like... She's like, it's been snowing for 3 days. And I was like, I am so sorry for you.
Sending y'all love, no matter where you're tuning in, because you might be freezing your ass off right now. Sorry if you are. Yeah. I know. Well, today we're chatting about kitchen magic, kitchen witchery, and we both practice kitchen magic. So... This is like the best thing. And this is coming out, I guess, the week before Thanksgiving. Yes. So you might be listening as you're putting together your Thanksgiving meal ideas and all of that. I've already started kind of planning mine out. Have you done that at all yet? Or
if by planning out, you mean we were in Fry's yesterday and I walked, which is the Kroger out here for those on the East Coast. I walked by an end cap and there were Boston Market holiday sides, the frozen ones. And I was like, oh, those are new. And I picked 2 up. So I know for a fact that we're going to have mashed sweet potatoes with pecans and something else on them and green bean casserole with peppers in it.
There you go. See? It's a little bit of planning.
Yeah. And Costco cheesecake and Costco pumpkin pie, because they're the big ones. It's pumpkin cheesecake, too.
That's a good idea.
So I will be doing that as well.
Yep. I might just need to do a Costco run. That's a good idea. Also, I love the busy witch aspect of that. Like, I ain't baking pies. Life's too short to bake pies this year.
This year, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Well, do you want to kick us off with, like, just some, I don't know, like Kitchen Magic 101, like just some basics?
Oh, the absolute basic is choosing your food with intention, or choosing your ingredients, or knowing the metaphysical properties of your ingredients, because everything that you can cook with or use in the kitchen has a metaphysical property.
Yeah.
Everything. And a lot of people don't understand how easy kitchen witchery, like to me, kitchen witchery can go, it's like a sliding scale. You can do exactly what we were just talking about, which is like, okay, I'm going to choose some pre-made stuff with intention, and then holding it literally in your hands and charging it with positive energy, like, oh, as people eat this pie, everyone is calm and happy, and like that's kitchen witchery, all the way up to, oh my gosh, I knew somebody that used to carve sigils into their potatoes.
Yeah, I love that idea.
Before like cutting them up and then making just mashed potatoes with them, but they would carve them before boiling them. And I was like, holy crap. But like, yeah, so kitchen witchery is a very large range to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that about kitchen witchery, honestly, because like it's beginner friendly. It is expert friendly as well. Like you could just, I don't know. I mean, conceivably, like if you're making a dish, you could just like pull out every single ingredient and just like go over the intentions. And it's like, okay, I'm adding this for this, adding this, all that. Or you could just like, I don't know, on the fly, I'll make a gumbo or a jambalaya, and I always throw bay leaves in any of my Cajun or Southern food. And it's just like protection. Like I'll just kind of say, what the intention is as I pop it in the pan. And it's there. It works.
Yeah. So. And even as you salt and pepper your food, like salt is cleansing, pepper's protection. So even if it is a microwave meal that you've pulled out, it needs a little salt and pepper, just doing it with intention, that's magic, period. But so if you're doing it with your food, then that's kitchen witchery. So
yeah, agreed. Yeah, I think among all of the ways that someone could practice magic, I feel like kitchen witchery is the one that is like most similar to like the overall magical journey. Right? It's like you can start out with just very simple basics, like you're saying, salt and pepper, right? Or it's like when you wash your potatoes off, right? You could also be cleansing them in the water, right? Thanking the people who were behind harvesting said potatoes, right? And then you could do something like your friend who, you carved the sigils in there, and like maybe you're putting rosemary in because that's protective and all of these great things. And it's like you can get as complex as you want to get, or you can just be like salt for cleansing, pepper for protection, throw some mint in some tea for inspiration or money. It's easy as that. So I think it's really cool.
Yeah, and I think in my journey specifically, I used to be a stay-at-home mom blogger as well. So I had a lot more time on my hands to be a kitchen witch. And that's when I would make things from scratch with intention. And like, as I was gathering ingredients and adding spices to it through the entire making process, it was like a ritual for me. There were times when I would light a candle in my kitchen before I got started and ground and center myself. And I mean, we're talking like bread from scratch or, cakes from scratch, not even from a mix. And so, every motion had intention and magic infused into it. So by the end of it, by the time people were eating, they were like, whatever they were eating was so infused with energy and magic that it was like its own little ritual, own little thing. And so I've been on that spectrum all the way to staring at the microwave meals going, I really need some grounding energy. Let me get something with potatoes in it and pulling that, and like, that's what I'm having for dinner tonight because I knew I needed grounding energy.
Yeah. Well, and I think what's cool too is like the flip side of that is I find that if I'm looking for things like potatoes or root vegetables or even like carbs, like that has gotten to the point where that is signaling to me like, okay, where is that imbalance? Like what's going on in my energy? Because I find that if I'm really busy or if the week has been hectic, that's when I want like carrots and green peppers and I want onions and beets and potatoes and all of these like very grounding foods. Whereas if I'm feeling more grounded on my own and centered, I don't tend to crave those items.
Yeah.
So it becomes a really cool like energetic exchange between yourself and your kitchen.
Yep.
And I just love it. Yeah. Well, there's the whole thing like, the secret ingredient is love. And, people joke about that, but that's real. And I have a little, like, I've talked about it on the podcast before. I've got like a 4 ingredient bread recipe that I love to make. And it, like, we will gobble that loaf of bread up in like 2 days because it's so dang good. But there's just something about taking the time and intention, even if you're not like speaking words necessarily over it, but you are saying, I'm going to make bread today and this is going to nourish us. Like, that's magic in and of itself.
Yeah.
Really
and I can tell too, my level just now with my busy lifestyle, I can, when I actually want to cook, that's how I know that my nervous system is like re-regulating after rest. I want to say you just said something in one of your podcast episodes about that.
Yeah, I did. I love that you brought that up. Yeah. I love that you do the same thing, though. That's so cool.
That's how, so like, because I used to be a kitchen witch, you know, like a full-on kitchen witch, I still, like, it still lives within me. So that's how I know, like, if you finally give me a little bit of time to decompress and take some time off, the first thing that I'm doing, either Saturday or Sunday morning, is I'm looking at the ingredients in our house to see what kind of, like, scone or muffin or bread, like banana bread type thing, like, what can I make with the ingredients that I have? And that's how, and like, I will get up, like, naturally get up before everyone in the house, and like the smell of whatever wakes, you know, Colin and Gabe up, and they know, like, oh, Mom's nervous system must be regulated now. Like, she must be calm because she's actually baking again.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me. So for those who haven't listened to my podcast, my recent little bout of burnout, I realized that I was like coming back into regulation and healing when, I guess it was like a Sunday morning that weekend. I was just scrolling Instagram and I saw somebody had done like a banana oat bread. And I was like, I can do that. I've got frozen bananas in the fridge. Like, I'm just going to make that. And I got up and I'm just like experimenting and playing in the kitchen. And then I made like a huge batch of red beans and rice that night. And it was just like, and again, red beans and rice, very grounding and rooted and all that. But yeah, that's a sign for me. If I'm feeling creative in the kitchen, I know I'm in a good spot. For sure. Yeah. Which, you know, and like, if you're listening to this and you're just like, I'm not a kitchen witch, I don't like being in the kitchen, all that, tune into what it is that you start getting creative with as like a signal for your nervous system regulation. So it's like, if you find that your conversations flow better, or that you actually want to get back into working out or doing yoga, or you pull your paints out, whatever it is, like, that can be a signal that, oh, I'm in a good place.
Yeah.
It's a nice goal to kind of keep in mind too. You want to get back to it.
Do you ever have a point, or do you have a point in your journey where you would have considered yourself like a full-on kitchen witch?
I don't know. So being in the kitchen I grew up that way. So I grew up playing in the kitchen with my grandmother, with my mom. Like, when I was a teenager, I was already enamored with New Orleans, having never been there yet. And I had a couple of cookbooks from like local restaurants in New Orleans that, like, I'd get in the kitchen and I would make food for my family. And it was just like, it felt like this really cool connection with a place that I knew that I wanted to visit. And I recently found one of those cookbooks on eBay, and I grabbed it, and I was just like, that's so amazing. Because it's like one of those that, like, the local restaurant association put together in the 1980s kind of thing. And in all of the moves and life and all that, I had lost these books, and I actually found one recently. So that's been fun to recreate those recipes. So I don't know that I would have ever, like, realized that I was a kitchen witch or was into kitchen magic, because it's always been there for me. Like, kitchen magic has always been a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I have a fun little story that. Yeah, no, I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna get a text. Okay. I'm gonna get a text again from my mom.
Hi, Mom.
I'm gonna get another text. So when I got engaged at 18, I married a month after I graduated high school. And after I got engaged, my mom was really worried about me because she's like, Morgan, you don't know how to cook. Like, how are you gonna cook for your husband?
Yeah.
And so she was like, we're gonna teach you how to cook. And so I knew how to cook. Okay. Mm-hmm. I just fumbled it on purpose whenever my parents asked me to cook dinner so that I wouldn't have to cook dinner. And so what my mom didn't know is she was trying to teach me to cook. And she was like, let's cook a dinner for Colin. Like, Colin's going to come over, have dinner with us. I think he had just gotten out of basic or out of tech school. And he had come back home for a little while. And she's like, I'm going to teach you how to cook. It was some kind of chicken dish or whatever. And she was trying to teach me how to cook. And I do remember going, Mom, just move out of the way. And then I was like, did it all. And she's just looking at me like, you do know how to cook. And I'm like, ugh. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I would fumble cooking on purpose. But then when I was at home alone, like as a teenager, I was pulling out the cookbooks, the baking books, like, trying recipes, doing stuff, because I loved cooking. But it was just when when I became a teenager and they were like, oh, Morgan can cook, let's cook dinner, I would do stuff I would burn stuff on purpose or whatever so that I would not get asked to cook anymore. So yes,
I love that.
Cooking has always been a part of my journey as well, even when I hid it. On purpose.
That is so funny. That's so funny. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Did you grow up watching cooking shows? Because I certainly did. I don't know if you did or not.
I did not really. I didn't. I think maybe once we finally would, because I don't know if they didn't have like a food channel.
No,
not even
I watched
on
all
satellite.
On PBS.
PBS? No, then I never watched food. No, but I would go through like my grandmother's cookbooks, and my grandmother, I would spend summers with her, my dad's mom, and let me tell you, she could not cook.
Oh no.
No. Yeah. So me and my cousins and I would get in the kitchen when we were spending summers, and we would get her cookbooks and, try to cook because my grandma could not cook. But it didn't. My grandfather, I guess, my grandfather grew up in an orphanage, so he only ate certain foods.
Right.
You know, so like he only ate like chicken, green beans, and mashed potatoes. Literally, that's all he ever ate. So it made sense. Like, he would eat meatloaf, but it wasn't something my grandmother was really good at, because my grandfather only ate chicken, green beans, and mashed potatoes. So those things were really good. Yeah. Everything else, kind of iffy.
Not so much. Not so much. That's so funny. No, I grew up watching like Jacques Pepin and Julia Child, and I don't know if you know of Justin Wilson. He's a big old like Cajun guy. I think he's just like one of those old men that has always been old. And he's like, I guarantee you're gonna love this. And he would do things like pull out a big old casserole pan and like very pioneer woman like she is now, but like pour in like the canned corn and the cream of, I don't know, chicken soup and all the stuff. And his goal was to make tasty but very easy recipes. And so I loved Justin Wilson. Between him and then the French food from Jacques Pepin, I was just like, yeah, these are my people. So I would watch that like crazy when I was a kid. So yeah, it's like that was, I don't know, that was my Pee Wee Herman. I mean, and I watched Pee Wee Herman, don't get me wrong, but like, as I think about it right now, like those cooking shows are super formative. So yeah, I guess
I
I've
love
always
that,
been a kitchen witch.
Yeah, and I wasn't. But then as I got older, that's all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And even, getting after I got married, so we got married in like July, that November, everyone decided, or Colin's whole side of the family decided to come visit for Thanksgiving. So my first Thanksgiving dinner, Colin had four brothers, a sister, and at the time his mom was married to a guy that had 3 sons. So like everyone came down. Everyone came down. So I literally cooked for 12 or 13 people my first Thanksgiving. Wow. And so to this day, Thanksgiving is like my Super Bowl. I love it. And I still will cook a full Thanksgiving, except for, I will say this, last year I did not, because my daughter was supposed to be at tech school. And so it was just going to be me and Colin and Gabe. And so I was like, I'm just going to buy all the sides from Honey Baked Ham Company and throw them in the oven. And I will make my stuffing and maybe mashed potatoes and the turkey. That's what I will make. And then my daughter surprised us that morning. Yeah. So then it was a scramble of like, oh my God, do we even have enough food?
Right.
So last year, I think, was the first year I tried to get out of cooking Thanksgiving, and the universe said, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. This is your Super Bowl. You go cook for, I mean, it ended up being, I think Gabe's girlfriend came over. I mean, we ended up with probably 6, 7 people.
I love it.
So yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, we did things a little differently. I think it was, gosh, I can't remember. I think it was Thanksgiving last year. We had a guest join us. So one of Danny's coworkers, their whole, like, their partner and their family, like, everybody was like out of town. And so they were going to be there by themselves. And we're like, no, you're not. You're going to come eat at our house. And they're a pescatarian. So I actually did like this giant salmon. And usually I do like a turkey or a ham or whatever. Oh, we ate on this salmon for like 2 days. It was amazing. It was so good. But yeah, I did that. And I actually did do, for my Texans, I did HEB. I did HEB sides. And so we had like mac and cheese, and we did like, I let them do the green bean casserole and all of that, and the pies and whatnot. But yeah, that was really, really tasty. So this year we're getting back to the more traditional stuff. So, and the grocery store is like, buy a ham, get a free turkey. I'm like, I guess we're having ham and turkey for Thanksgiving then.
I love that.
Yeah, but I'm going to do, my son has requested green bean casserole, and we do dressing, not stuffing. And we do.
What's the difference?
I think it's like maybe the way you make it. I don't know. Like, how do you make your stuffing? Let's put it that way.
I don't put it in a turkey.
Okay, yeah, I don't either.
No, I put onions and, fun little fact. If we're going to talk cooking, like we just talk cooking. I mean, that's what we are talking about.
I mean,
you cut the 2 ends off of an onion and peel it, and either cut it in half. And I shove that into the turkey along with fresh. There's usually a poultry herb in the like plastic things in the produce section.
Yeah.
Or at least rosemary, but it's like rosemary, sage, and thyme, I believe, is what's in the poultry blend. Yeah. Also some garlic cloves, like peeled. And those get thrown in there. But before you throw all that in there, you coat the inside of the turkey with as much salt or seasoned salt as possible, and that helps keep the juices in the meat.
Yeah.
So yeah, coat the inside with seasoned salt or regular salt. Then I do onion, garlic, the poultry thing, to where that, I mean, all of that is like kind of hanging out.
Right.
But no, I always thought that was weird to put the stuff. I always do a stuffing in like a 13 by 9 inch was. Yeah. I always thought it was weird to put it in there.
Yeah. No, I've never put it in there because I'm like, no, that's just weird. Okay. So yeah, we always called it dressing, and like you do it like cornbread and biscuits torn up, and then I do so I think this might be how it's different. I don't know, but it's in a big casserole pan. So I tear up cornbread and biscuits that are cooked, don't put sugar in your cornbread because it'll make it sweet and it'll be weird. And then you basically just like get a bunch of boxes of chicken broth, and so you put like the herbs and spices in there. I also start by like cutting up a whole onion and like 4 stalks of celery, and like put those in with a little bit of water, boil those until they're like translucent. So all that water goes in there too. But you just make it so it's like a bread pudding almost, but it's like soupy. And then you put that in the oven and it all firms up. And it's the best thing on the planet. So that's how I learned to cook dressing, from my mom, from her mom, from their mom, you know.
Look, now I will say I did not pay attention growing up to Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah. I did not pay attention to that. So I had to get my recipe off I don't know, it's a Jimmy Dean recipe, I want to say.
Perfect. Because
I make sausage stuffing. And then the recipe I found was in that, I don't know how old my kids were, but they were in that we don't want to eat vegetables phase. So I happened to find a recipe that it's got sausage in it, but it also has carrots.
Okay.
Like finely diced carrots and frozen spinach.
Okay.
And like onions and stuff. So that's been, and it was such a hit that now, like, even now, that's the one thing my kids, like, if I'm like, hey, can we take a break from Thanksgiving this year, or can we do it like Thanksgiving light? They're like, can you at least make the stuffing, please? And I'm like, oh, but I just get like the bags of Pepperidge Farm cube bread. Yeah. And then a lot of chicken, chicken broth. But yeah, mine's like a Jimmy Dean recipe from like, I don't know, 20 years ago.
That's cool. So it looks more like bread chunks and like sausage and like...
Yeah, and it's in like a 13 by 9 inch.
Yeah.
And it goes in the oven for, 30, 40 minutes, whatever. Yeah. So yeah.
I love that.
But I had to hide vegetables in it so that my kids would eat vegetables.
That is funny.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that. And then, I've got to do chicken and dumplings. But our chicken and dumplings, I don't put any vegetables in it. So I know a lot of people do like carrots and celery and all that. It is like literally, it's so bad for you. It is literally chicken broth, milk, and torn up store-bought biscuits just plopped in there raw. And they just cook like that. And it is so filling. It is stick to your ribs, but so good.
So you don't do like a turkey, or do you do chicken and dumplings and a turkey?
I do a chicken and dumplings and a turkey.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah. Because Mike likes a ham. He prefers ham over turkey. So I'm like, okay.
Oh, we do ham at Yule, Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. For Yule, Christmas time, we do different things. Like we've gone to a steakhouse before, like a Brazilian steakhouse, or we do like Chinese food or whatever. So a lot of times I'm just like, I do Thanksgiving, you do Christmas. So kind of works out.
We had one year that both of our kids they left on Christmas Day because it's super cheap to fly on Christmas Day. So we had Christmas the day before, on Christmas Eve, and then both the kids flew back east to visit family. And so on Christmas Day, Colin and I, we did what they do in the movies, and we went and had Chinese food.
I love it. Amazing.
And now we're like, can we just have Chinese food on Christmas Day every year? And then we haven't been able to do that because we still have kids. Yes. So they're like, no, we want ham and this and that. And I'm like, all right, no Chinese food. I think we even tried to bring our son into it last year. Yeah. Like, hey, we did Chinese food a couple of years ago. Can we just... And he's like, no, ham and rolls and macaroni and cheese. And I'm like, damn it.
Dang it.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
So bringing it around, because we've talked about all the different things that we cook at Thanksgiving, which I love. I think kitchen magic and being a kitchen witch is just, if it's your thing, it's your thing. And if it's not, that's okay. But like, if you want to try it, just get in and enjoy it. Like, even if it's something as small as doing like a pentagram out of like mustard in your sandwich or whatever, right? Like little things, and just explore and see if you like it.
Yeah. And even to get started, you know, stirring clockwise as you're, you know, stirring a soup or a sauce or whatever, stir clockwise and just think about your intention. I mean, that's, you're infusing the dish with that intention. And this is if you're baking too. So, you know, you're baking or making a batter or something. And then look up, like, they make fun of us. They make fun of us white girls with our pumpkin spice lattes. But what's in pumpkin is grounding and happiness and joy, and it resonates with the sacral chakra. Yep. So, sexuality. I mean, that's, you know, passion.
Hello.
Like, yeah, right? And then your cinnamon, your nutmeg, clove, allspice, it doesn't matter. Anything spicy like that is money. That adding spice to life. It's also protective.
It is.
So learning the metaphysical properties of extremely common, you know, foods or spices used during this time of year means that you're consciously like, oh, I add cinnamon to my pumpkin pie. That's going to add finances. Like, that's all that that's what kitchen witchery is in its basic form.
Yeah. And you could seriously just go through the drive-thru at your favorite coffee shop, and if you're getting a pumpkin spice latte or a peppermint mocha or whatever, like whatever your favorite, okay, here you go. Here's a cool way. Whatever your favorite Dutch Brothers, Starbucks, Dunkin', whatever drink is, go look up the correspondences, because that's the energy you've been consuming this whole time. And now next time you go order one, think of us. Send good vibes our way. But also, you know, think about those intentions and, you know, just hold your drink in your hand for a minute and just infuse it with those energies a little more. And it's just a beautiful way to connect with what you're consuming and connect with the earth beyond that. So I love that.
Yep.
Yay.
Yay.
So cool. Do you have a card for us this
Is
week?
it my turn?
I think so.
I don't know anymore.
I don't either. It's fine. Whatever.
Oh, I'm going to do the laugh one again because that one was great last time.
Oh, I really like that. Yeah.
The little laugh one. It was something about how ridiculous, what was the most ridiculous thing of your being a teenager or something. But this one is, nope, that's that. It said, refer to the question just asked. Nope.
Oh, nope.
Hold on.
Nope.
What? Oh, Lord, we're going to be here for another 45 minutes.
Strap in, y'all.
Oh, God. What do you secretly nerd out about?
Oh my God.
And go. Like,
see, here's the thing is I'm not really secretive about what I nerd out about.
Nope.
What I am recently nerding out about though is the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein. Have you watched this yet?
No, but we're doing it this week at some point in the evening.
Well, no spoilers,
okay.
So don't worry there. I love it, and the more I think about it, the more I love it. And just like, I would say pay attention to the colors that are used in it, but just like the costumes and the setting. And like, of course, because I've watched it and I've watched a couple of things on Instagram about it. Now Instagram's like, here's this and this and this and this. And so I'm like really going down that rabbit hole. So I think the bigger answer to that question is probably if I see a movie that I really like, I nerd out about it and I learn like all the symbolism in it. I did the same thing with Sinners. All the symbolism, all of the sets, all of the locations, all of the actors, what the writer was thinking, all these things. So yeah, I kind of nerd out about movies. So
no, we definitely nerd out about movies. I have not even watched Frankenstein yet, but Netflix on Instagram has let me know that it took 6 hours for his makeup if it was just his head and hands. 11 hours for his makeup if it was full body.
Oh my God.
He was in makeup for 11 hours. And I saw the makeup and I'm like, that is gorgeous. But 11 hours.
That's so crazy to me.
Yeah. So
I just be like, I'm just going to sleep here, guys. Just do your thing.
So, yeah, I guess instead of going into all the things I nerd out about, because, like I said, we could be here forever. Most recently, I have been going down rabbit holes of like quantum physics.
Oh, cool.
But in relation to manifestation and the manipulation of energy and all of that. And that's what I'm currently nerding out about, is the manipulation of energy and matter in infinite possible ways. So,
okay, we may need to have an episode on this, because maybe that's an episode for your podcast, because I don't know much and I would like to learn lots more. So,
well, that's what I'm currently nerding out about. Like, even to the point where, like, last night, Colin, we're sitting there after dinner, and he's like, "Well, what do you want to watch?" And I was like, "Can I just go in the front room and do my own thing?" And he's like, "Yeah, go ahead." And I'm like, "All right." And I'm literally in there for hours. The next, I don't know, it was probably 3 hours, just watching videos and taking notes on manifestation and energy manipulation and quantum physics, and I'm nerdy.
I love it. Yes, I request a busy, gritty, inked, and witchy episode on quantum physics once you've got to a point where you feel like you can talk about it.
Okay, I can do that.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Love it. Very cool. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us and for being the amazing listeners and fans and witches and humans that you are. If you would like to follow us on Instagram, we're at Two Witches Talking. Find us on YouTube under the Ink Goddess Creations account. We are one of the 2 podcasts there. Definitely check out Busy, Gritty, Inked, and Witchy. I don't know why I can't say the word gritty today. It's there also in the podcast, and then we also have a free Patreon, so come hang out. And sometimes we post little behind the scenes blurbs and stuff that we can't post on social media because we're afraid we'd get banned. So but thanks so much. Listen, subscribe, share with your friends, and tune in next week. We've got a lot of really cool and fun seasonal topics coming up, so get ready. It's gonna be fun.
Yay!
Thanks, y'all.